Last time I spoke to you, I asked you to think about the connection between baptism and discipleship. I asked you to keep in mind that for us, baptism isn't just a naming ceremony, but a call to action, to get involved in the life and the mission of the church. This week, I want you to think a bit more about that call to action and to think about how we're supposed to be a missionary disciple, taking our faith into the world so as to bring Scotland back to the true faith. Having said that, we all know how responding to this call is difficult and sometimes seems impossible. Our times aren't God-friendly. As you know from your families, your work, from social media, people are often cynical and dismissive of God, of religion and of faith. Past times seemed easier to be Catholic. We had a strong sense of our identity as a community and a clearer idea of our place and mission in the world. Things are now very different. If you attend Mass and get involved in your parish, you're the exception. 80% of Catholics in our diocese don't attend Mass. Moreover, we're right in the middle of the well-known demographic time bomb of top-heavy societies. There are now more Scots over 65 than under 16. And we see it all too clearly in our parish congregations, which are getting older. As I go around visiting our parishes, I don't see many of our young people, of our kids, our teenagers, or even of young families. As Pope Francis has said, we can't go on like this. The status quo is not an option, and something fundamental has to change in all of us in the way we think and act as a church. I believe it's more than achievable for our diocese to be buzzing again with vibrant and dynamic communities full of young families and teeming with young people. But our future as a diocese isn't just my responsibility, it's also yours. I know it's hard to talk about God, about faith with our neighbours or at work or in school or at university, but this week I want us to think about what's really holding us back from sharing our faith. Why are we as Scottish Catholics not confident about sharing our faith? Do we feel that we lack the formation or the training or the tools to talk confidently about our faith? Or is it simply our old-fashioned Scottish reluctance to talk about anything personal and deep? I want us to think about what holds us back so we can cast it off and be the Catholics Jesus wants us to be. He doesn't give us the option to hide our faith under a bushel or not to freely give what we have freely received. This week, I want you to focus on another scripture from the Gospel of Matthew. It's the call of the first disciples. Interestingly, it mentions the word nets 3 times. Matthew knew what it meant. Those nets refer to all those things in our lives that entangle us, that stop us getting involved in the church and speaking out in evangelization, all the stuff that holds us back. Listen to the scripture and let it speak to you, and you can then reflect on the questions that follow. So from the Gospel of Matthew, as Jesus was walking beside the Sea of Galilee, he saw 2 brothers, Simon called Peter and his brother Andrew. They were casting a net in the lake, for they were fishermen. "Come follow me," Jesus said, "and I will send you out to fish for people." At once they left their nets and followed him. Going on from there, he saw 2 other brothers, James, son of Zebedee, and his brother John. They were in a boat with their father Zebedee, preparing their nets. Jesus called them, and immediately they left the boat and their father and followed him.